Hello, versatile musician member. Now you have gone through all of the videos up to this point, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about how to prioritize what your process is because I get it. The versatile musician has a lot of material in it, okay? I completely get it. And as somebody who is into to do lists and stuff like that, I don't want you to look at all of this material as an overwhelming to do list of things you have to do. What my goal for creating this membership for you, for everyone, is that you get what you need and that's why you're here, that you get what you need. So, what I would suggest is for you to get a clear picture of what it is you're trying to accomplish. And I'll give you a few different courses of action here. Course of action one, and with a lot of folks that are coming through here, I know that I'm known for the piano skills for singer stuff. If you are a singer who is here to learn piano skills, then you're going to go one of a couple of different ways. And I'm just going to help you to understand this, and then I'll talk through some other scenarios. So I'm taking you back to this page so that you can see what your options are if you are a singer who is here to learn piano. You have Piano Skills for Singers Level 1, Piano Skills for Singers Level 2. Those are the two main courses. You also have Crash Course in Pop Piano Accompaniment, and you also have Crash Course in Piano Skills for Singers. So here would be what I would say as far as choices are concerned. Piano Skills for Singers Level 1 is ideal for anybody who has minimal piano experience or none. So if you're starting from scratch, or if you have taken lessons, but it's been a really long time, so you took piano lessons when you were a kid, or for anybody who is getting sort of into this, but is feeling like there are a lot of holes in your playing. So you play piano to a certain degree, you're sort of confused about some things, you're not completely sure about things, then what I would suggest is that you start at Piano Skills for Singers Level 1 and you work your way through from there. The worst case scenario is you get into that and you feel like, oh, this is easy, I've got it. In which case you could continue working your way through it to make sure you have all those skills secure. Or if it's really super too easy for you, then I would hop right on to Piano Skills for Singers Level 2. Piano Skills for Singers Level 2 is for anybody who has finished Piano Skills for Singers Level 1 or has done enough piano training in their past. So, beginner, intermediate level is perfectly fine. Or if you're someone who has more experience with piano, like for example, you're classically trained, and what you want to do is flesh out your skills, because in Piano Skills for Singers Level 2, it's all about faking. It's all about learning voice exercises. It's all about learning to accompany yourself. And I tell you, I would argue that this is the gold anchor standard for, voice teachers for singers. You'll be able to accompany yourself very, very securely by the end of the course. The other two options, which are Crash Course in Pop Piano Accompaniment or Crash Course in Piano Skills for Singers, are more designed for like a mini workshop kind of setting. So again, if you want a quick start, if you want a quick overview, if you kind of want to get started on something and you're feeling pretty confident about what you're doing, that you could go into either of those. So those are your four options for piano for singers. If you are here for jazz or improvisation, then that is fantastic. Your choices here are to go into piano improvisation for everyone or jazz piano accompaniment. For jazz piano accompaniment, I recommend that people be at least an intermediate level, which means that you can, securely play, chords like major and minor triads or seventh chords. Again, you can go back and pick all of that up in Piano Skills for Singers Level 2. So if you don't play chords very securely, go back to Piano Skills for Singers Level 2 and learn that module and come back to this. But if you can already play chords, okay, then this is the place to go. Also, this is where a lot of my classically trained pianists start so that they can learn jazz. This is literally everything you need to know to play authentic jazz piano in very clearly designed modules. The other option here is piano improvisation for everyone, and this is literally for everyone. So if you're taking piano skills for singers level 1 and you want to have a little creative outlet while you're at it, or you've just finished piano skills for singers level 1 and you want to have a little inspiration, or if you are here for the jazz course and you're like, well, how is it for everyone? It can be leveled up, it can be leveled down. So if you are more at the beginner intermediate level, there's plenty for you to do in there. If you're at a more advanced level and you're looking to incorporate improvisation in your life, that's a good call for you. There are people who do jazz piano accompaniment as their kind of main thing, and then they spend 10 minutes a day. You know, they're spending half an hour a day on jazz piano accompaniment. They spend 10 or 15 minutes doing these piano improv exercises as a way to kind of quench their creativity as they're working through it. So those two work in tandem really well. Piano improvisation would also be great paired if you're here for musicianship and you want to fiddle around with some piano improv, or if you are doing one of the piano skills for singers courses and you want to have kind of a boost to all of that. So I highly recommend that course of thought. If you are primarily here for musicianship, then your bread and butter is going to be rhythm workout and crash course in solfege. The rhythm workout obviously covers all the rhythm stuff, and the solfege course covers all of the ear training stuff. You could very easily, and what the bulk of people who are primarily here for musicianship training will do in tandem, like focus on crash course in solfege, the major section, and then they'll work through the rhythm in tandem with each other. So those are two great ones. You could easily spend 10 or 15 minutes a day on each one and build out a little practice routine of switching from one to the other with those. And then if you also, wanted to include in that some music theory, then I would recommend you go into the music theory side of things. Now, to add additional stuff to what you're doing, if you want to supplement some more, people come in here for one thing, and what frequently happens is they're like, wow, I've been working on my piano skills, but I'm noticing my rhythm is weak. So in the same way that if you were in a college or a university, you might choose a major and a minor. And I know I say that like major and minor in music, but I mean like your main thing and your secondary thing. So if you're here doing piano skills for singers level 1, you're digging into that a little bit. You've gotten into the course, and then you might say to yourself, kind of need to work on my ear training. Then you could supplement with crash course and solfege. So obviously you don't want to double the amount of time. I mean, if you have the time, that's fabulous. But what you could do is spend 20 minutes a day working on one thing on your major, your course major, and you could spend 10 minutes a day working on your minor. So do 20 minutes a day of piano skills for singers level 1 and working through those exercises, and then spend 10 minutes a day on the solfege exercises. You could also do that if you were doing the jazz course, and as you were doing jazz piano accompaniment, you were saying to yourself, my rhythm is a little meh. Then you could say, I'm going to spend 20 or 30 minutes working on the jazz course, and I'm going to spend 10 or 15 minutes working on the rhythm. So you can pair those ones together. If you're sort of looking for a mishmash of things, then what you can do is go into the how-to mini lessons, and browse through, or I recommend that everyone go into the Let's Learn Songs section and dig into that. The whole process here is that you have support. And while I can't be on the phone with you for hours every day, if you have questions, I send out a newsletter several times a month. We have our live Zoom call, and before the call, I always say, what does everyone want to learn? I am asking this on purpose because I want to know what you need. So if you're finishing up a course or you're partway through a course and you're not sure what to do, shoot me an email and I can give you some suggestions on what direction you might go into. If you're feeling overwhelmed by something, it's the same thing. You can shoot me an email or you can bring it to our monthly coaching call and say, I'm feeling a little stuck on something. What do you think I should do next? So I hope this was a helpful overview on how you can plan your time on the site. I do understand that there is a lot of material here. This is how I roll. This was the purpose of the Versatile Musician, which was to provide really a very wide range of materials that people can use. This is why this is so customizable, because there is so much here that you could use to fill out what you might need. And I think, in my opinion, this is what makes my membership so unique compared to other options out there where it's a very prescribed setup. With this one, you do have more flexibility so that you can customize what you need to serve the actual needs that you have. The idea isn't here that I just want you to be taking courses and checking things off your list. I want you to actually learn. And so I hope this has helped you to get started. So my recommendation at this point is for you to write down your initial goal. So write it down, in your book if you're using that, or put it in a note on your tablet, or put it on a Post-it and stick it on the side of the piano. What is your primary function? What is it that you want to do first? Prioritize that, establish some routines around that. And then once you've gotten started a few weeks in, then you can decide if you want to work on a secondary skill. So again, have a blast with this stuff and reach out if you have any questions.